A 65-year-old man from Kashmir's Hyderpura village who died 3 days ago at a government chest disease hospital in Srinagar has tested positive for the coronavirus, making it the first fatality in the state. Four other people who came in contact with the man also tested positive and have been quarantined. Meanwhile, a doctor at a Mohalla clinic in northeast Delhi has tested positive for coronavirus, health officials said on Wednesday. His wife and daughter, who were also found to be infected with the coronavirus, have been admitted to a hospital now. Visitors who went to the clinic in Mojpur between March 12 and 18 have been asked to go on quarantine and contact a doctor if they experience COVID-19 symptoms. Meanwhile, a 65-year-old woman who serves lunch near a corporate office in Mumbai's Prabhadevi also tested positive for COVID-19 on Tuesday. The people who may have come in close contact with the woman have been sent to Kasturba Hospital for testing, and some others are being traced. That's what Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation said. Let's move on to next news. The COVID-19 contagion spread to Goa and Northeast India, where Manipur and Mizoram confirmed 1 cases each, even as 20 states and union territories on Wednesday reported 94 fresh infections, the second highest for a single day after 99 cases on Monday. The total coronavirus cases in India stood at 656 as reported by states. At least 60 daily cases have been reported in the past 5 days. A total of 56 patients have recovered so far, and 8 of them recovered on Wednesday. The Health Ministry, however, confirmed that there are 606 cases and 10 deaths so far. The 3 positive cases in Goa are all male, aged 25, 29, and 55 respectively. All 3 have recently returned to Goa from Spain, Australia, and the US. Let's move on to next news. WHO Director General on Wednesday said that lockdowns being implemented by several countries to combat COVID-19 will not be enough to eradicate the virus from the world. He said to slow the spread of coronavirus, many countries introduced lockdown measures, but on their own, these measures will not extinguish epidemics. We call on all the countries to use this time to attack the coronavirus. You have created a second window of opportunity. Let's move on to next news. Responding to people's demand for a re-telecast of Mahabharat and Ramayan during the nationwide lockdown, Prasar Bharti CEO Shashi Shekhar on Wednesday said that public service broadcaster was working with right holders to air the mythological series on Doordarshan, with the majority of citizens being forced to stay indoors in order to avoid transmission of coronavirus. Many Twitter users have written how the Ramayan and Mahabharat had earlier acted as a magnet that quarantined people inside their homes. Let's move on to next news. India's economy is poised to shrink next quarter, and a full year expansion set to suffer markedly as a 3-week nationwide lockdown starting Wednesday brings activity to a standstill. And this is the research by economists including ING Group, NV, and Deutsche Bank AG. With 2 of the 3-week shutdown falling in April, gross domestic product growth in the quarter to June could contract about 5%. That's what Prakash Sakpal, an economist at ING in Singapore, wrote in a note. The economy, which expanded 4.7% in the quarter ended in December, hasn't seen a contraction in at least 2 decades. India's economy had contracted 5.2% on an annual basis in 1980 last.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.